Good morning. Welcome to this new roaming kangaroo video. It's a lovely Sunday morning and we're off on the gravel bike today, the Atlas 6.8. We're heading to the Heritage Trail. We're going to do some gravel, we're going to do that full loop today. Just over 60k door to door. There should be a good hit out on what's looking like really nice conditions. Bit of noise about because we're on the Midland Line PSP adjacent to Great Eastern Highway, heading out to the gravel, and just been passed by a bunch of hardly dangerous motorcycles, so things will quieten down once we get off the main drag and we get onto some nice crunchy gravel. Enjoy. So we just swung off Clayton Street now on the final approach to start of the Heritage Trail. We're going to go up the John Forrest side today. It's kind of regarded as a slightly easier side than going up the Coongamaya Darlington side. However, gradients don't usually exceed more than about 4%. So it's fairly gentle. Much more aggressive though on this side, on the Darlington side, in the initial stages. Get up to 7 and 8% through there, so yeah, we'll see how we go on. And here we are. So here we are. Just entered the John Forrest National Park, and from here to the turning point of the Heritage Trail to come back down over Great Eastern and down the other side, it's about 15 to 16k from here up. So that's what we've got ahead of us, but in the meantime we'll just keep enjoying the scenery, beautiful scenery, and make the most of these great conditions. Swan View tunnel to our left, to our right, sorry. So can ride through there. Lights are recommended though, which I don't have any on me today. But this basically used to be a train line. So it went from Swan View, just where we just entered, all the way around to the bottom of Coongamaya. So once they decommissioned the train, I mean, they had this nice gentle kind of slope which they've made into a path, and it was a great thing to do. So this little section here just kind of circumnavigates the tunnel, and in about half a K we'll actually meet up with the tunnel exit on the other side, or entrance from this side, depending on how you look at it. Oh. Well, that was a first. I just spotted a grey kangaroo. Just sat on the side of the track here. But as I was getting ready to video it, a couple of cyclists came past from the other way and kind of spooked him a little bit, so off he went. But he was a big guy. Probably looked to be about 6.5 foot tall. So hopefully we see a few more. We'll be able to get a video of the next ones. And here's the tunnel exit here. So about a mid-ride progress report. We're 27k in, and we're just nearing the turn off up at Mount Helena, just a few k's away from that, and we'll turn right there and head towards Great Eastern Highway, which we'll cross over, and then it's about a 20k descent back down to the end of the trail. Haven't seen any more kangaroos since earlier, but otherwise it's been a really enjoyable ride. Glorious conditions. The further up you get on this climb, it tends to thin out in terms of people on the path, so that's good. However, today most people have been pretty alert, pretty courteous and respectful, so that's also good. You don't always get that, so we'll take the small wins where we can. But the next stop is the Mount Helena turnoff. So here we are, we're just approaching the turnoff now. Straight ahead will take you to Northam. And that becomes a kept track. But yeah, we'll turn right here and head to Sawyers Valley. Just coming into Sawyers Valley now, where we will meet the Great Eastern Highway and cross over it, and then start the descent back down. So here we are, just getting ready to make the crossing. Quite busy. The only criticism here should be an underpass or even a bridge over the top. Just transiting through Darlington now after that crazy bit of descent from Mundaring to Darlington. Really quite fun, and that's the reaping the fruits of your labour after doing the climb on the other side to hit that bit where, I mean, you're doing probably 35 to 40k an hour without even pedalling. Just have a little bit of a recuperation session there for 10 minutes or so. And then on this other side of Darlington does get a little bit more technical as we head towards the end of the trail. So you do have to stay focused along here, especially where the trail kind of narrows down here. And if you get walkers coming the other way, or even other cyclists, it can get a bit hairy. So yeah, you just got to be careful. Oh, even taking fluid on board is difficult because you're watching out for little rocks and ruts in the path, but you don't always see them. They really got to pay attention. Morning. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting on about 34 at the moment. Not even really pedalling too much. Just concentrating on finding the cleanest lines through here. Seems to be a lot of loose gravel and it's super dry, but the back wheel just seems to want to dig in quite often, more than normal, which is rather odd. Thankfully I've managed to keep it upright. Oh, we're into Greenmount National Park for a bit now. Just starting to feel the sun to warm up a bit now. I left home at just before 8 o'clock this morning, so now just after 10. I'm just starting to feel a little bit warm, but we've done a fair chunk of the ride, so I've only got about another 15k to go. All clear. Oh. Well, that was a victim of the high winds the other day and the storms. I wouldn't want to have been under that when that came down. So if you come through here in magpie swoop season, sort of June, July, through until November, this section here is an absolute doozy for swoops. You're sort of out in the open here, and then you've got to time your movement through these gates here. It's quite narrow, but because you're out in the open, you can get swooped quite aggressively, quite easily, and you've really got to go hell for leather to get some cover in these trees here, or until you get out of their strike zone, which is usually a sort of 300-metre radius of wherever their nest is. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you are coming through here in the winter months, leading into spring as well. All clear. And en route back to civilization. You can see the city in the distance. As we approach the end of the Heritage Trail just through here. Just clocked 50k back there as well, so 50.7k. About another 10 till we get home. Well, a lot of destruction through here from the storms the other day. Well, that's us. Back on the road again very shortly, and we'll head home. And back in the mighty Basso. Yeah, feeling pretty cooked now, to be honest. Legs are quite dead. It's exactly 60k now. Another k to home. And that'll be us. So we're back home now after that long 61k effort. Feeling a bit better with some fuel and a coffee now. But as I figured, we came out to look at the bike. And yeah, pretty red, pretty grubby. So looks like I'm going to be doing a bit of cleaning. Yeah, quite dusty up there today on the trail. That's to be expected. It's either dusty or muddy depending on what time of year you get up there. So yeah, we will do some cleaning. That's it. Stop record. So bike's clean. Done 61k. Time for a shower and a bit of put the feet up Sunday afternoon. So thanks again for watching. If you have been enjoying the content, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, even leave a comment down below anywhere you'd like to see me ride next. But thanks for joining me on this video and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Stop recording.